Okay, well, we'll just get started. And if anyone else shows up, then, well, I'll text Corey if he says he's going to make it today.
Okay.
But let's start by I'll show you kind of like all the changes we've made.
Mm-hmm.
It's like nothing like flashy, but they make working with the game a lot easier. So, if you can see right here. So the character class used to be like really big and complex, and it was really hard to read and see what was going on. So what I did is I broke out a lot of the kind of like functionality into what they call like components. So like right here we have like character movement component, character attributes component, and character equipment component. So in the C++, these are all different classes, and then the character just like has a movement component, has an attribute component, has an equipment component. This makes the code easier to read, as well as in the future, if we want to change like how we do equipment or movement or any of these things, like it's really easy just to like, instead of having to like rewrite the whole character class, we just rewrite the component, and everything would keep working.
Okay.
And so then like it also makes working like in the editor easier, because say if there's something in the movement that you want to change, like you want him to move like faster, you just come through, you click on character movement, and here are all of the things that deal with like the movement and just movement. So before, like we had these things before, and they were all just like on this one right here. So it was really hard to like find like I want to change like the base movement speed. It was really hard to find, you to like go through like tons and tons of categories. So breaking them out this way really makes it kind of like easier to find what you're looking for. It's kind of more like a folder structure. So I did that with the character. We also did it with the weapons. So same thing with the guns. They have a weapon attributes component and a weapon effects component. And so same thing, makes it easier to edit, makes the code easier to read. We also did create a new change in the weapons. So before we used we're still using inheritance, but before what we did is we had a ranged weapon, and that was like everything. And so it didn't really give us much room to like create anything other than like projectile weapons. So I rewrote it, and we use inheritance, and now we have a parent class. So if whenever the time comes that we would want to implement like melee weapons or any different kind of things, we have a base class right there that has a lot of like just the basic functionality of equipping, holstering, like attacking. So it will become a lot easier to implement new sorts of guns.
Okay.
Or not necessarily just guns, but new weapons in the future. So again, like none of these changes like show much, but it'll make working with it and future development a lot faster. And the one last thing, so we had this doc, I don't know if you ever saw it. Okay, so we started this doc, this was actually a while ago, for like gun names, and we were just kind of brainstorming some names that we would want. And wait for this to load.
When you downloaded Visual Studio, were you given a license key or?
So did you go through? So if you go back to that website called DreamSpark, you can actually they'll give you a key. So then, go down right there and learn more. Then click on Visual Studios. Yep. And then click on that Get Verified button. Yeah, here's probably a lot slower.
Yep. Now there we go. Good key.
Yep.
Okay.
There you go.
Alright, thank you.
Perfect. Okay, yeah, so we made this doc a while ago for weapon names.
I remember that.
Yep. So I've actually gone through and we've gone through and actually created these weapons. And so, I mean, pistols don't work yet, just because we need like different animations for pistols than like rifles. So once we get animations for those, then they'll be good to go. So these were kind of like the names we landed on. I mean, they're still like, we can easily change the names at any time, but I feel like these were a good start. And so the Quartermaster, this was like kind of like a mid machine gun, so it has like, this was a high rate of fire, so I'll just put like, this one's fast, like a medium clip, and then like medium accurate. This one is like burst fire. This touchpad like always screws me up. Is burst fire. It's like medium fast attack speed. Has like a medium clip, and it's pretty accurate. And then this one, it's like medium fast again. It has a like big clip, and then like not very accurate. I would just put medium accurate. Medium, low. And then maybe I won't actually type this out. Just go faster and talk about it.
Yeah, that's fine.
I actually changed the name of this one to like call it Assassin's Friend. This one has 2 bullets per clip. Has like really high damage, slow rate of fire, and it's like super accurate. And then so that's like the sniper rifle. But again, it's like slow rate of fire, 2 shots, and you have to.
Are we planning on adding recoil?
Yeah, and so there is recoil, but they are. I'll show you all the stats. Attributes. So yeah, maybe we should talk about the attributes first. these make sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so there's 8 stats for a weapon. The damage, which is this number right here, is the actual damage to the health that you'll take per shot. Stability is like how not intense the recoil is. So more stability, less recoil. So if you have low stability, you'll be jumping all over the place with the recoil. And then this stat called motility. This affects the time it takes to perform weapon handling. Mm-hmm. So that's like reloading, swapping weapons. That stat will affect that. The velocity of the projectile. So it's kind of like
how fast it shoots.
Yeah. So. And then accuracy, which is basically if you fired it. So this is like if you think of it with no recoil and you fired it, like how close to where you were pointing would the bullet actually go. Mm. So like machine guns, even though you're pointing right there, the bullets will hit like kind of all around it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense.
The attack speed is like the time between like 2 shots.
Mm-hmm.
So
rifles would have high attack speed.
Yeah, so the time between shots would be really low. So it'd be like you've been shooting 5 or 6 bullets per second. Mobility is right now it says increases the speed of dodging. Mm-hmm. But it might do some other things too. But this basically like slows the player down. So like something like a rocket launcher will have high mobility, so you're less agile when carrying around a rocket launcher. And the capacity is like the number of rounds per clip. Mm-hmm. And right now we just have it hard coded in that each player starts with 13 clips. So this number will also directly affect your total ammo. So your total ammo will always be that capacity times 13. But I'll probably introduce like a variable for that, for the number of clips you can carry, in case you want to like do stuff with that later. But I thought 13 was pretty good.
We'll soon find out.
Yeah, I mean,
that's what testing is for.
As we do play testing, we may find that that's way too much. So, but they're easy to tweak. So yeah, so the Messenger was kind of like a mid-range sniper rifle. So it has 4 shots per clip. It deals like high damage, but it's quite lower than Assassin's Friend. It's a faster shooting rifle, and yeah, so that's kind of more of a little bit more of a mobile, faster sniper rifle. The Reaper is kind of like, it's a single shot semi-automatic. It's like for mid-range, so there's 14 rounds per clip. Mm-hmm. It deals, I think it was around like 200 damage per bullet, and it shoots like, I think the shoots shots were like 0.75 per second, or that was the time in between shots. So if you've ever played like Halo, it would be like really similar to like the DMR rifle, just one bullet. So that's kind of like, if you want to use like an accurate gun, but you don't really want to like be sitting way back sniping, probably use like Reaper. Shotguns, I actually call this one the Luchador.
What's Luchador mean?
It's like a Mexican wrestler, like Nacho Libre.
So should we call it El Luchador?
Oh, that's actually probably better. Look at that. I like it. El Luchador. Yeah, I kind of wanted the names to be like, some are like, want to be like more funny than others. But, so, shotguns. This one's called Hustler's Spirit. So we only had 2 models for shotguns right now. So I forget which ones we've implemented already. So yeah, the Luchador and the Widower. So this is the Luchador right here. I'll let you actually let you look at these weapons. So this is the Luchador. Its attributes. Oh, that's too high. That would wreck people.
No, you could always create some sort of special game-breaking gun that only has like 2 bullets or something.
That's what my brother was telling me. He's like, you should make a super powerful gun and call it Jeff's gun.
Well, I mean, it'd be kind of like, it would suddenly appear in the middle of the map or something, kind of like where those ammo depots usually happen.
Yeah.
And it only has like 2 shots, be kind of like the golden gun from James Bond.
Oh yeah.
1-hit kill kind of thing.
Yeah, that'd be sick. This one.
Really hard to use, and the odds of hitting someone aren't that high, but if you did, just kill him.
Don't want to make this an automatic shotgun. Semi-auto. Yeah, so basically, like, just kind of show you how like the stats work. You set the damage, and if you want to make a shotgun, you have to edit this number here for shotgun pellets. So most guns will just like 1. So that means per click, it shoots 1 bullet at a time. And it's kind of tricky, and I might actually end up changing this because it's not completely clear. Because like a burst fire gun like shoots 3, but it doesn't shoot like 3 at the same time. It shoots like 3 very quickly. So you don't actually change this number for burst fire. If you want to do burst fire, you just come in here and click burst fire.
Okay.
So you only touch shotgun pellets when you're making a shotgun. Otherwise, just leave that one. So then this will shoot 10 pellets, and each one will hit you for. See, 30 damage is too low. Put it around like 75. So yeah, this one shoots 10. So if you get like right up close, and the accuracy is pretty low. Oh, whoops. So yeah, the accuracy like has a big spread. If you get right up close to someone, hit them with all 10 of like the pellets, you'll do like 750 damage. So like you can wreck people up close.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you just get like hit by 1, 75 damage, like it's just gonna tickle you. So yeah, this is the Luchador. The other one we did was the Widower. I don't know if this is like a good name for a shotgun, but I mean we can think about that later. Let me see. So this is the Widower. It does a little bit less damage than the Luchador, but has a bigger clip. Actually, this is supposed to be 8. Has a bigger clip. This should actually be attack speed. This is 55. And so yeah, that's that one. Let me show you the sniper rifles again, just so you can see the models. This is the Assassin's Friend. And again, like we can change these color schemes. These are kind of just like color schemes that I came up with, but you know, if they look ugly, then we can easily change the colors on them. Okay, so this is the Assassin's Friend.
Is someone drawing these first and then making models?
So these are actually like I like bought them off like the marketplace. And so later on when we get modelers, we will add more weapons in with different models. This was the Messenger. A little bit more of like a little quicker sniper rifle and Reaper. Pretty cool. seen all of these, seen all of these. I'll show you these ones. I think this one's pretty cool looking. So this is Law and Order. This is the one with like the huge clip.
Looks kind of
This is pretty sick, man.
Kind of reminds me of a Tommy gun.
Yeah, that's why I like it. It reminds me of the Matrix. This is the Quartermaster. This one reminds me of like played Halo 4. It's called like the Suppressor. It was like one of the new weapons.
I haven't played it before.
Yeah.
Don't know if 360.
Yeah, this would probably be like the most like balanced of the assault rifles. Quick. It's like medium. It's like quick. Not the quickest, but. And here's Spitfire. This is the burst fire rifle. Oh, what the heck? Let's see. It might have lost its textures, so I'll have to fix that. But this is what it looks like. It probably like I was moving some files around, so that probably the references just got messed up. So I just go through there and fix the reference and be good. And heavy weapons. This one's called Anvil. So this one has 6 rounds per clip. It shoots like pretty fast, but like each shot only does like 300. The explosion is a little bit smaller. So this would be kind of like I think the gun would be like, this would be like kind of like the a little more like, this is on the lower end of like heavy weapons. You know, you got more capacity, so it can last longer during the fights, but you're not going to wipe out like the whole team with one of these shots. And then
Any nuclear warheads we're deploying in this game?
you might add some nukes later on. This is like the rocket launcher. We call it Big Stick. It does 800 damage. Has like a high blast radius. Yeah, two rounds per clip. So that means, you know, this, we might make that one. Pretty powerful. So, but yeah, this is Big Stick. This is like a traditional rocket launcher. Shoots a rocket. Just big explosion. This is Brutus. This is the grenade launcher. There you go. So this thing lobs grenades, and then so you can bounce them. So it's a little bit more of like a skill gun, because if you shoot directly at people, they can just like bounce off of them. You can like bounce them around corners and like do some more tricky stuff with them. So yeah, this is Brutus. Let's see. He has 8 rounds per clip, 200 damage. This should be explosive. So yeah, that's them, and I'll show you the pistols, but we haven't implemented them. So yeah, I haven't added these models from there. So
Don't worry about it.
talk about the pistols later. So, and trying to get all the weapons done. I'll probably finish them today, if not tomorrow. And then, which brings me to the last thing I want to talk about, is kind of like the inventory. So let's go play. I don't know if I've shown you I think I did show you the new
Yes, you did.
HUD. Okay. So this is like the spawn one. Good. It's pretty safe. So this is like the staging area. This is where like you make your groups and you kind of prepare for like a match. So I'm sure I've already told you this before, but these guys is where you'll buy like your gear, and then once you buy gear, you can switch out your gear here at a locker. So basically what will happen is you'll run up here, and it'll like pop up something like open locker or something. Press the key, and it opens up the UI for the locker. I'll kind of show you what I kind of had in mind of how this would look. I like Call of Duty's, I think it's Call of Duty Ghosts. This image is kind of blurry, but so we've been talking about with like gear and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We were thinking like you can never like unequip gear. You just swap it out.
Mm-hmm.
So we did that kind of for like a couple reasons. Mainly because like armor, we didn't really want to make like super high detailed like character models.
Okay.
Because then we'd have to make the face, and then it would be weird if everyone had like the same face. And then like, so what we were thinking was like, we just make one guy, and then probably put him in some kind of like black like mesh suit. So like the Halo guy is like a good example of it. So let's see if we can get like closer. Put his Halo armor.
No, it's basically like they're all using the same guy for
Yeah.
online play, just switching out the armor.
Yeah, so basically, he wears like this mesh. It's like a kind of like a jumpsuit or something underneath it. I was looking at a picture yesterday. I showed it as well. Just come here. So if you see like right here, like you see how he's just like has kind of like some kind of like spandex suit underneath it. So we're thinking like create the base character, and his whole body is just this kind of like spandex suit,
Mm-hmm.
and then we put like armor on him, so then like he looks different from everyone else. And then when you switch it, you just like swapping out different armor pieces so everyone can kind of look unique. But then also we don't have to create tons of different character models and all of that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, I was kind of thinking that we would do inventory this way, in the sense that like you would have the equipment slot over here, so like primary weapon or like main weapon, and then you click on it, and then there's a list of all the weapons you have in your inventory, and then you click on that one again to equip it, and then it also shows the weapon stats up here on the right. So if I come here,
XCOM also has a nice loadout that I like.
what's this game called?
XCOM.
XCOM. Oh, so is it kind of like the same thing?
It's pretty similar. They would have the inventory right here,
Uh-huh.
and the guy right there, and they'd have his stats right there.
Okay.
And then, oh, let's start.
There you go. Is this the first time you ever got to run?
No, I got the run once. I replaced that one file you sent me. I don't know if I did.
Oh yeah.
Let's see.
In the new build, so if you pull again, I actually implemented like settings so you can turn settings on. Hopefully that would make it run a lot smoother on your computer.
Let's see.
Like I just pushed it like this morning.
Oh no, I'm wondering because. There was something you showed in one of your emails, like the last minute. You said like, oh, here's the latest updates. Where did I put that? Oh, I'll figure it out later.
Yeah. If you just like go into GitHub and pull, it should be no problem. It'll just come in here and automatically replace all the files and update them for you.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah, but then you'll get the settings and you can turn the settings down and it'll probably run a lot smoother.
Okay.
Yeah, so open it up.
Have the stage there.
Yeah, you should have like most of everything, except for some of the other stuff. It's more of just kind of like the nuts and bolts underneath it.
You can fall. Sweet.
And you'll die once you get too far.
Okay.
So this was kind of like the first draft. I mean, I probably worked on this for 10 minutes. This would be something like this. Like you click on this armor tab, and you switch in between the tabs, and then like here would be like 3-column spread. What was the XCOM one again? I wonder if that would be harder to do.
Well, I mean, it's just, yeah. And like you would click on like the armor, and then the list of available options should show up.
Oh, that one. So it's like actually really similar to what we were doing. I should probably play XCOM just to see.
It's a very fun game. I
Yeah.
mean, you'll die a lot, but it's frustrating. But it's fun. I mean,
Yeah. Well, it's like pretty popular. I hear about it all the time.
well, like I like to play now. It's called Iron Man mode. So
Yeah.
basically, every time you do something, it automatically saves the game for you.
Oh, really?
And you can't make other backup saves. So like if your guy dies, he's dead.
Oh, wow.
Of course, a couple of times I cheat and like something bad happened, I'll immediately turn off the game so I didn't save it. But something really bad, like one time I was playing and I had one of my guys who did have a missile launcher fire at the enemy, 90% chance to hit. It fires wide and hits my own guys instead, killing them, and it's my best men.
That's funny. Cause is it like is it a top-down kind of like tactical thing? Because they came out with like XCOM 2, or they're coming out with it.
Yeah.
And it looked like yeah, it kind of looks like that. And you like move the dudes around, right?
Yeah, you start with like 4 guys, you can upgrade to like 6, and then each round, basically you'll move your men around.
Yeah.
You'll take fire at the enemy, or you'll have them take cover or something else, and then the aliens will go and they'll attack. So it's sort of a tactical strategy.
Yeah.
And then your men, the more they kill, they get experience that they can level up by rank, and they unlock new abilities. Like the sniper starts out pretty weak, but later on he can use his allies to like pinpoint the enemy really far away and get other really cool stuff. And then of course, while that's going on, your home base is you're building it up by getting new equipment, researching new technologies, get you better stuff, and you also have to. I mean, you can actually lose fight after fight and still keep going.
Yeah.
It's just that you have like 15 nations in the world supporting you, and if 8 of them drop out of the support, you lose the game.
Oh yeah.
And the more a lot of it's balancing, because a lot of times you'll have like 3 different areas requesting help, and the ones you don't help, their panic level will increase.
That's it's more complicated.
Yep.
Get some politics in there. That's pretty cool.
And they provide plenty of ways. You can deploy satellites to reduce panic and get more money. They'll have special missions that will appear that will reduce panic, give you extra stuff.
Kind of reminds me of like Mass Effect 3. We had to like help people out, and some people get mad at you, and you gotta tell them to get lost. So the inventory. This is kind of like, I feel like, the next big thing to add, because then, if we would just do a play test, we could all come in here, pick different gear, swap it in and out, and then actually go and play more like a realistic match than everyone just living like. Because right now the character starts off with like a machine gun and it's another gun, and everyone would have the same weapons. But this way we can start swapping things out and start adding customization.
Okay.
So this is like, I feel like the inventory is the next thing we have to design, and then probably after that, some form of like matchmaking where you can make a team and then play other teams.
Okay.
And so we'll probably talk about matchmaking later on. But this is kind of my design for the inventory right now. I might just like do it this way and then just to get the nuts and bolts up. And then if we decide to change the style of it, then we can later on.
Okay.
But
Just to let you know, I was rejected from the class.
did you get an email?
Yeah, they said that they're just gonna stay with what's going on.
Oh yeah.
So I'll definitely in the fall we'll probably meet weekly with you guys. But
Yeah. It sucks.
But at the very least, I can always test out stuff and give my opinions on
Yeah,
that.
because once we start getting a lot more people coding on it, it'll probably go a lot faster. And I'm thinking like I want to get start doing play tests probably during the fall. And so yeah, I mean it'd be great.
I can definitely help with that at least, as testing out the stuff and.
Like, did you see the animation department made like a little game last semester? It's called like Relic Hunter.
Yeah, I tried that out actually.
Yeah, because I thought it was pretty cool. They set up a station out in the lobby, and people could just like come by and play it.
And then give their ideas. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun if we could do something similar to that. If they'll give us permission.
We're finding one weird bug is where if you died like really far from the respawn point, it would just slowly back towards the respawn point, then respawn.
Yeah, my buddy, he was one of the main developers on that game, and he was saying it's like, I don't know why it moves so slow back to the respawn point. And there's another one where it's like there's like this little bridge, and then like the collision there was missing, and you just like fall through the map. And then I don't think they had like falling out of the world like that. So you just like fall and you just like can't stop, can't like move. Your guy doesn't die, he just falls forever. You have to restart the game. So yeah, we're going to do that. And those are pretty much what we're working on. Hopefully next week I'll probably have the inventory system working. Maybe we can test it out.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Maybe I'll try to see. I don't know if my brother will be in town next week. But if I do get it working, it'll be fun if we can get a few people there and try to play a little game.
Well, next Saturday I definitely will not have any work.
Yeah.
So I should just be able to sit around for a couple hours and test stuff.
Sweet. So I will. Okay, in that case, I will definitely try to get everything working to a reasonable level by next Saturday, and I'll try to see if I can find some buddies. I mean, they don't even necessarily have to be here in Utah.
The only thing I plan to do is next Saturday. My friend and I we're going to basically doing a Star Wars marathon.
Oh yeah.
So just like every Saturday, watch one of the movies in preparation for Episode 7.
It's coming.
We're also using riff tracks for the prequel movies.
Yeah.